Security! Hands off Social Security!
So you can, in a sense, picture a parade of public policy, and less than 1% of the spectators for this parade are lined up on one side of the street, and 99% are lined up on the other. Somehow, the crowd of less than 1% is convinced many that are on the other side of the street to cheer their policies, and policies that will really never ever benefit Main Street. Somehow we become convinced that we can't avoid crumbling roads and schools, closed parks, and the dismantling of Social Security. Taking California as an example, who can tell me, with the world's 8th largest economy, that there's no money in this state to support the public sector?
Right.
You may hear politicians talk about taxes, but let me tell you, there's no such thing as taxes in the abstract. There are only regressive taxation and progressive taxation. And because of the rollback of progressive tax measures, we don't have money to support our shrinking public sector.
There are a lot of things that young people are concerned about, and it's not when will I get my benefits, it's not are we only going to get half the benefits we were expecting, it's are we going to get our benefits at all? And that makes it really hard for us to mobilize on the issue because we don't really feel like we have a dog in this fight. We feel like it's already a lost cause, and that the sooner we, and I agree, I see head shaking, it's not a lost cause, and I'm completely 100% with you, but let me just kind of share a couple of things that I'm hearing from people. So young adults, a lot of them are focusing on the overall benefit of Social Security. They see it as a retirement package. They don't see the other benefits as solely this is to help fund your retirement. And as compared to a 401k or a pension plan, Social Security does not have the same return off of the investment. So why not take the amount of money that's being withdrawn from my paycheck every week and contribute that towards my retirement program as well? Now, we've all seen our 401ks tank. So, I mean, we're not really looking at that right now. But I mean, the whole thing is that we don't see the overall benefits of Social Security to society. We don't see what it does for people who experience an unexpected disability. We don't see how it benefits people that as you retire, society as a whole can take care of themselves because they have that monthly compensation check from the state. And when I say compensation check, it's not a compensation check, it's not an entitlement, it's an investment. You are paying every single week into this program, and like any other investment, there should be a return, and that should not be taken away. And it's just convincing young people that this program's been around since after the Great Depression. I mean, it was put in place for a reason, and it needs to be in place for a reason. And there are a lot of people, corporate America, who are telling us otherwise, and we need to have just as strong of a message. We need to be able to counteract Glenn Beck and have the same kind of mobilization that these other organizations are bringing. So, a couple other things. I briefly talked about how Social Security helps families. If your mother or father, or God forbid both, all of a sudden experiences a disability and needs to take Social Security benefits, those benefits help get you through school. Those benefits help put food on your table, help allow you to get to an age where you can provide for yourself. Without Social Security, what happens to those children and those families? And that's one of the things that we're not really talking about as a young, demographic. We're talking about how does Social Security impact us. We're not talking about society.
That was back in, I'll say 1995. I have been on Social Security disability ever since. I rely on that Social Security disability. I did not get it because I was getting a free ride. In fact, I don't see it that way at all. When you're on Social Security disability, you have to worry each month, am I going to have enough money to pay my bills? Which bill do I not pay this month, and do I pay next month? Always juggling. Then there's the issue of wondering, is my Social Security going to be taken away from me? Because that's my only income. I worked hard for that. My body is broken, as many of, I'm sure all of you who are out there have broken down bodies from working so hard. Maybe not yet, don't mean to imply everybody's broken. But I can't possibly enter the workforce again. Since I left Kaiser, I've had major back surgery, and I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So that has furthered my disability.
Mostly undocumented workers, the only thing that separates them is a 9-digit number. A typical immigrant, however, and his descendants pay an estimated $80,000 more in taxes in their lifetime, and then they will ever receive in local, state, and federal benefits. This is a statistic from the turn of the century, although it's not that long ago. But they have supported the Social Security system nonetheless. A New York Times article commented that the immigrant workforce is expected to continue to bolster up the program in the coming decades, to continue to hold it up. And if you weigh the taxes paid over the benefits received, Social Security has gained billions of dollars with the sustained immigration levels, according to a Cardona sighting. I believe that immigrants need to both appreciate social services that the states provide, but also are aware of the contributions that they have made in the unclaimed benefits. The U.S. Social Security program, since its beginning, has demonstrated to be a vehicle for the citizens' transgenerational promise for social responsibility.
Well, whereas a lot of you all had the fortune to work within one industry for like for the majority of your working lives. Here I'm 25 and I've listed down all the jobs that I've had for at least a week since I was 18, and there's about 20 of these. I've been a janitor, a retail stock person, an office clerk, an instructor, a phone line technician, electronic assembler, a video editor, a car radio installer, computer technician, a driver, a journalist, public speaker, video editor, a cable salesperson, a domestic worker, a t-shirt printer, a magazine distributor, a photographer, and a cashier.
Wow.
Since 18, and I'm 25 now. And see, like, it's hard to establish a union when your workforce changes 3 or 4 times throughout a year, you know? So one thing is very important to reach out across generations, across industries, across disciplines, and really get to supporting the people around you. And yeah, that's about it.
Plans right now, they want to not reduce current benefits, they want to reduce future benefits. The ones that are being targeted are the young people, and it's something that we need to get the young people to wake up and to be aware of that. They're the ones that are being targeted by this whole proposal. They're the ones that are going to be paid, because that's why in all of our petitions and everything, we put save these programs for future generations. And the only way we're going to save it, people talk a lot about the good programs that came out of the 30s, but they don't talk about what created those programs, and that was a powerful grassroots movement. Back in those days, they believed in something called solidarity. They didn't have 2-tier pensions. Everybody stuck together. They didn't have 2-tier Social Security, step increases, all these different ways to divide us up. It was everybody standing together. That's what created these programs. The government had no choice but to give these programs at that time. So we need to learn that lesson, stick together with the young people stick together with the old people, citizens stick together with the immigrants, and then we can create some power. The whole reason we have this problem with Social Security is we don't have any power. We're all disorganized. We give our minds and our thoughts to these political representatives in Washington who are selling us down the river. They've completely toppled the corporate agenda. Corporate agenda is to eliminate, step by step, Social Security, the entire safety net, and then drive down wages to poverty levels, the way it is in a lot of other countries around the world. That's their agenda. They're not making any bones about it. That's what they want to do. Social Security is not broke. It's just that if we have a safety net, we're not as desperate, so they can't reduce our wages as fast. They just want to drive us down into poverty. And so the government's not providing any kind of leadership on this issue, so it's up to us, step by step, Social Security, the entire safety net, and then drive down wages to poverty levels, the way it is in a lot of other countries around the world. That's their agenda. They're not making any bones about it. That's what they want to do. Social Security is not broke. It's just that if we have a safety net, we're not as desperate, so they can't reduce our wages as fast. They just want to drive us down into poverty. And so the government's not providing any kind of leadership on this issue, so it's up to us.
65, our golden years are here. They tell us that the